Hi everybody and welcome to my latest video. My name is Queen Choma, as you know, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can achieve a first class degree in university. This video also might be very beneficial to those who are studying like in college or in secondary school, because you can apply the same principles and you can achieve success. It's not about just getting a first class, it's about getting through your university with the best grades possible and not having any regrets. And I know that sometimes what happened with me is I never really always got that encouragement, never really always had a coach to say you can do it, put everything into what you're doing. So I'm here to now be your coach, the festive success coach, to motivate you and help you to achieve success. Okay, so the first thing you need to do if you want to be successful at university and get a first class degree is you need self-motivation. You need to be motivated to achieve success. You need to be a self-starter and a self-finisher. And the way you can gather that motivation is to be inspired. So find somebody that you find as a role model that you think inspires you, that they've actually been there and done it before. Maybe you know a university teacher, perhaps you know some friends or family that have actually gone before you. Maybe you have a big sister or big brother that's gone before you and they have actually achieved success. They've got a first class degree, or they've got an amazing 2-1 for their degree, or they've went on to do a master's or something like that. Be inspired by them, learn from them and ask them, what did you do to get there? What was your strategy for success? I really believe when you ask people for tips, when you're able to find out what you can do and actually start working on those things, you'll find yourself succeeding more than ever before. So really push yourself and be motivated, and also motivate yourself by other things I think that could really work for you is committing to exercise, because when you're exercising, your endorphins are released in your body. You're building your energy. You're releasing tension and frustration, and also getting rid of those lethargic feelings and those lazy feelings as well. And I definitely think this was important for me. Like when I actually was trying to achieve my master's degree and even my BA Honours degree, I actually joined the gym. So it was really important for me to be committed to the gym. Sometimes I would exercise before I had my class, so I would exercise, and then I would, have to quickly shower and then go to my lecture. So the next step to your success in terms of getting a first class degree, achieving outstanding success, getting through to the finish line, is you need to be determined to succeed. So determination is the key, because it really is going to be hard. It's not always going to be easy. You may have days where you have friends that will encourage you and motivate you. You may have days where it's easy, where you've got all the lecture notes, you've been given handouts and everything, but there are going to be times when no one's going to be there and you're going to have to be sitting in front of your computer and typing away the coursework that revising for your exams. You're going to have to read books and go through the rigorous process of reading books that you don't necessarily understand, but wondering how you're going to get through it. So the next step I'll give to you if you want to get a first class degree is you really need to cultivate excellent study skills. You need to be really good at going to the library, borrowing books out, knowing how to use the academic journals. It's really important that you know how to use like Google Scholar, not just like the normal Google, because that won't really cut it in university. You need to be able to, like I said, utilising journals, because that's really academic and it's what they're looking for in universities, and also obviously books as well. But you've got to think about more of the academic books, being very critical in your research as well. If you are not critical, obviously every question's different, so some questions might be to compare and contrast, it might be to discuss, it might be to explain, every question is different, and you need to understand their different key terms. Make sure when you're answering a question, when you're doing your coursework or your exams, you actually look at that question, read that question and highlight the key words. So for example, if they say to discuss, to criticize, whatever they say, make sure you know those keywords, you've spotted them, you circle them, and then you start to build an essay, build your coursework, your discussion, your presentation, whatever it is you're doing. I will basically link some books below that I think you should read, a couple of books that I think would be really good for you in terms of study skills that I read. One of them is called The Skills for Success book, and that's by Cotrell, and I really think that book would be really good for you to achieve success and read some things that will help you. I also think that for you to get ahead in terms of studying and developing good study skills is also about just speaking with your lecturers, speaking with your academic advisor, and finding out where you need to be. Find out what do you need to do, when do you need to do it by, and then make sure you get it done. Always speak to your lecturers, email them, keep in touch, make sure they know your name. I made sure they knew my name, they knew my concerns, they knew that I was passionate and I wanted to be successful. And even if I didn't always get it right, they actually knew that I wanted it, so they are more likely to take me seriously. A way to develop a fantastic chance of getting a first class degree is to find some fantastic good friends to socialise with at university. And you might think to yourself, socialise? How is that going to help me to get a first class degree? Well, you need to make friends with the right people. And I'm not just talking about the right people in terms of like people that you can only study with. You need to have friends at university that you can go out with, you can relax with, you can have a drink with, but at the same time you're also able to study with those friends and learn from them and cultivate some really good study skills. And also, you know, gaining that motivation from them and, you know, gaining support. Also having a social life as well, because if you don't know how to have a bit of fun on the weekends, or, you know, just maybe Friday night could be your fun night, you know, where you just basically go out with your friends just for a meal, or you go cinema, just, you know, relax for a little bit. Because I think what happens sometimes is students get so obsessed with work, they revise crazily, which is, don't get me wrong, of course it's important to revise, and you have to revise because that's the only way you're going to be successful. However, some people do not know how to take breaks. They don't know how to socialise, they don't know how to, you know, have a time for everything. There's a time to study, and there's a time to relax. There's a time to just watch a bit of TV. You can sit down for half an hour to 1 hour watching your favourite programme. There is no harm in that. There's only a problem if you spend hours and hours watching TV and you're not getting your work done. So the most important thing to do is to remember that of course you need to spend the majority of your time revising and studying, reading those books, you know, reading those journals and contacting your lecturer and getting on top of your work. But then you need to spend a time away from your work so you can get your mind healthy, you know, you can really gain some just get yourself feeling fresh, get yourself feeling refreshed and revived, because nobody can just work without a break. It's just not healthy for you as a student. So make sure you have some friends and socialise at university, because you know you're not going to be in university forever and you're not going to be able to get the university time back. So make sure you have fun. I know you can always go back to university, but it's not always the same. So value the time that you're in university by making sure you have some really good friends and learn from them and study effectively. Okay, so the next thing you need to really do if you want to get a first class degree is you need to tell yourself you're going to get a first class degree. You need to start confessing it, visualising it, seeing it, tasting it, smelling it. You know, you need to smell that first class degree. You need to believe it's coming. And when you do, you'll basically start working towards it. You will see yourself getting it and you will achieve great results. So, you know, put on your wall, first class degree, I will achieve first class. If you cannot see it in writing and if you cannot visualize it in your mind, you can read as much as you want, spend all your time in the library, you can literally, you know, write your dissertations to the best level. But if you do not have a goal or a target of where you want to be and what grade you actually want to get, it's going to be very difficult. And say it out loud often. Say, I will get a first class. I'm determined to succeed. I can do it. I have the skills, I have the knowledge. I'm intelligent enough. I will attend my lectures. I will be punctual and attendable. You know, so there's so many different things you can do to be successful. But bear in mind that if you don't believe it, if you don't say it, if you don't think it, if you can't see it, it can be very, very impossible, because you're going to have doubt. You're going to have people saying to you, do you know what, you can't get first, it's impossible. There's never been anybody that's ever got that mark before. Well, you need to be able to shut that out, because you can study and study and study, but if you don't believe, then how can you achieve? So there we go, I've given you all the steps on success, 5 top tips on how you can be successful and gain a first class degree. I hope this video really has helped you and inspired you to achieve your goals, dreams and aspirations. I look forward to hearing your success stories, and please make sure you book me for coaching. If you need an academic coach, somebody to help you along, remember I've gone through the whole university process myself. You know, I went from studying law, not really enjoying it, not really getting anywhere with it. Then I changed my degree to mass communications and sociology. I ended up really doing well at university, getting my degree, but I wasn't satisfied there. I wanted to push on. Eventually went back to university to do a master's degree and achieved a master's degree in education. And I'm extremely happy. I've got loads of other qualifications that I've received. I've been speaking at conferences, schools, colleges and universities. I have gained credibility. My work is published into books. I'm featured in books. I'm featured in magazines and newspapers. You know, I'm really getting myself out there as a speaker and as a motivational speaker and as a coach. And I really need you to take me seriously and book me for your event, for your next event, where I can push you and motivate you to achieve success. So take care and make sure you watch me on Lizzie Show every Tuesdays, Ben TV, Sky 182. God bless you. Bye.